Now, 4 buttons. Okay, now it's recording. You there?
I'm alive.
I think I see you in the screen. Okay.
We all die.
All right. So you channeled Jim Morrison, or talked to Jim Morrison, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to record that in the garage, but but didn't have a recording device. So what was he saying about? Tell us about the spaceships of the blue bus? Can you tell me what's going on there?
Okay, so we was talking about the blue avions, which is the blue birds, which is the blue bus that he was singing about. He doesn't want to say singing. It was his poem that he wrote down that he just ended up singing. He's saying right now.
Oh, okay.
But the point of that was, see, the blue avians are 400. This is after we did some research about the blue aliens, avions. They're 444 light years away, and in a star cluster. That's the group. That's where their area is at.
Right?
No, avions.
Oh, avions. Okay.
Something like that. The blue bird. The main thing to recognize them as. They're the ones that are blue. They have to be blue to physically travel through space, because blue doesn't burn through those type of radiations. The main thing that he was wanting to say is that on Earth, there'll be 3 ships that will come down, one at a time, from the transit of leaving their place to here, and then on the return, that's one. Then the next ship will arrive. After they return back, the next ship will arrive from the other star cluster and comes here, and they return back. And then the last one is supposedly the blue bus, the blue avions, the blue bird. They go to the avion star clusters, and that'll be the last ship that arrives. From the perspective of the sun, where they will be arriving, the star clusters is west, east, and to where the avions are. So, the first bus will come from the west, from the sun's perspective. Our sun, in the center of the galaxy, this bright sun, from the west, from that star galaxies, from that way, will be coming this way. I don't know who or what that is, but they'll be coming this way with their ship, and they'll be taking people, whoever follows spirit and wants to arrive on the ship, and then leaves and comes and leaves Earth. And then the second one would come from the east of the sun's direction of the galaxy. So that'll be the other way. And they'll be arriving from the east too. I mean, not on Earth. You won't see that it's northeast to west, because it's not that way. It's east from the sun's projection. So they'll come to Earth, and those who follow spirit will come and arrive and get on the ships and go to their place. And then the last one will be Pleiadian avions. Of course I repeated it, but man, I'm trying to connect to what the projection I was talking about. Could you pause?
I'll edit it.
I'm sorry.
No, no problem. Take your time. Figure out what the heck you want to say. Because, yeah, you were talking about the ships. I guess he was telling us you got the Blue Bird, which is the name of the buses. And it's kind of funny he uses those words. And then the Blue Bus. But like I said, that's the Blue Avions or the Blue Birds. That was Chloe was talking to last night. So they kind of came through with Jim Morrison today. So Jim Morrison was kind of what you were talking to, like both of them, where he was explaining that. What that stuff was.
Yeah, he was showing me the. I was talking to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was mainly talking to Jim Morrison because he was the one that brought the information out first.
Yeah.
So it was through his perspective. For some reason, he has the ownership rights of. I don't know the ownership rights.
I'll tell you what. Until that comes to you, talk about last night. So last night, let's talk about what happened at CERN last night.
Okay. Alright. What happened last night? After a few hours between 12 and 3, I don't know exactly when, but it was recent in the night, there was a loud popping sound, a bang sound, and I just felt like it was around me that affected me. I heard it. It's a pop or a bang, and a snap also. It was like pop, bang, and snap. I think there was 3 sounds that came towards me later throughout the night. Between that time period, 12 to 3. And I recognized the first pop, snap sound, and that one, the first one, came with a light. It flashed with a light too, so it's a bright light and a snap. And I recognized that CERN might have done their stuff or something like that, so I went and checked it out spiritually, and recognized they did actually ran their colliders, and they succeeded and did what they did, and they actually did create a black goo around their CERN colliders, and I noticed the people that were involved were actually dancing in vanity, as in like purposeless dancing. They did a focused, intense, purposeless dance and what they were seeing to enlighten what they're trying to react, to create, and to opening the veil, to finding the God code, and with that blue gook that arrived, I wanted to, that black gook, yeah, not blue. I don't know where I got blue.
From the Bluebird.
Yeah,
the Blue Bus.
That's where I was getting that after that last topic.
Yeah,
so
we're tired. We've been talking a lot today, but
talked a lot.
So you're just trying to get it out while we can get it out before we forget to get it out.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And so whenever I saw this black goo and saw these people, I didn't want them to see me come in and take the gook. Because if they see me take the gook, then they could sense a energy trail and put curses and hexes and negative, and they send their negative attitudes towards me type of deal. And those spiritual that I'm connected to and stuff like that. So I didn't want that to happen. So what I did was focus my energy into creating a black flash. A flash of blackness. Darkness. Just a flash of blackness. Like, boom. With blackness. And whenever I did that, that was the same time period I created it in the darkness. I brought my hand into it, took that black goo, picked it up just like that, and pulled it out. And I got it in my hand. And they all thought at that moment was, oh, I did something. We did something. You see that? It was a big black flash. I'm like, boom. Look at there. We did something. We pierced the veil. We must have got the God sense or something like that. But it was me that flashed the blackness. And I grabbed the gook out. And before they could collect it and use it for whatever they're trying to use it for, I took that energy of black goo out. And I asked Mother, I was up above the cloud, up around the cloud areas. And I was above Atlantic Ocean looking at the CERN collider, you know. That's how high up I was, you know. I was able to still see CERN, their collider over there, and another one in that Atlantic Ocean area. And I asked Mother Gaia if she would want this black goo and be able to transmute it and do whatever she can do with it. And she said, I don't really want that. She didn't say nothing, which for me is a sign of saying she ain't got nothing to do with it. Doesn't.
And today she says she didn't like to lick it. So
yeah, when I was telling Dad earlier today, she said, I don't like to lick it at.
But she eats everything.
Because that's how she transmute things. She actually eats it. That's why Earth, you know, you bury the dead, you know, she eats it, transmutes it, and, you know, make the best out of what she can do, you know, because everything has a cycle. And that black goo is not a natural cycle that happens on this earth. So for her to transmute that, it will be like 7 years on other things and whatever the heck, you know.
Yeah.
It just caused kind of like a disruptive vibration for her, and she doesn't want to have to transmute such a negative
got enough
thing.
Crap she's fixing.
She has enough on her table, right? And for a few mess arounds, trying to play with a particle collider to create some things, she doesn't really want that, and she doesn't want it to connect to her. Can she? Yes, but no, it doesn't matter. She just doesn't. So I asked Mother Gaia, well, do you got somebody that would take this from me? Or not from me, but do you got somebody that would take this then? That would be able to do something with it and put it up for, you know, good use, as in like transmuting it or getting rid of it or doing what they can do somewhere else off this planet. And lo and behold, here comes a dragon flying in space, coming up right beside Mother Gaia.
Big dragon, right?
Just huge. You know, I mean.
It was a space dragon.
Space dragon, one of God's dragons that when he first created, he had to create transportation for himself. Of course, he could transport himself, but like us humans, we build a car to travel. That's what he did, you know, a physical way to actually travel. So he built a dragon, and that's this dragon that I saw that came up right beside Mother Earth, the one we're on. So I went out of the clouds, I went more up towards him, and the dragon said, I heard Mother Gaia said, you had something for me to take? And I said, yeah, here's this, if you could do anything with it. He said, yes, I know perfect places to put it out here in the galaxies. So I said, all right, cool. So I handed my hand out like this. I mean, the whole time I was holding it like this, talking to Mother Gaia, and then here comes the dragon holding my hand like this. I did, here's this, if you want to do anything with it. And so he came down and he said, okay,